Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Maria and I am the trigger warning. I wanted to do a cold read. I want to ask where you stand, what you seek, what God says about that. All right. And then we'll see if anything else comes up after that. So if that sounds cool to you, if you want to hear about that, then go ahead and stick around. We're about to do that, all right? And if you want to, if you feel called to at any time, hit the like button, okay? It helps the algorithm be less exclusive. No, not even exclusive. Excluding. That's the actual word. Less excluding of my videos. Okay? All right. So I don't know what deck we're going to use yet. If you want to do that, I guess start sending some vibes, guys, so I can find the energy, where it's tied to most right now. Do I have any on this side? I do. I have two there. I have one over there. All right. Epic Tarot. Tarot with a twist. Twist of lime. Put the lime in the coconut. Where do you stand? Oh, a little rigidness in that energy. Relax, relax. Open up to the messages. A little bit of rigidity there. Deep breath. It's all right. We're here to receive messages of clarity and truth to help all, for the greatest good of all. There you go. We'll just simplify it. Messages of clarity and truth for the greatest good of all. And those who are here hearing the message, let them get whatever they need from it, right? For the greatest good of all. Where do you stand? Where do you stand? It's a little better. Maybe there's a little bit of hesitancy or a little bit of stubbornness. They can feel the same. Are you being hesitant or are you just being stubborn? Or are you just being hesitant and think you're being stubborn? That's up to you to dig in those energies and find out what they mean. Yeah, nobody can put the work in for you. If it's something you got to put work in, I think that's what they're trying to say here. Where do you stand? No. The only bad thing about these, they end up getting loose and start slipping over time, and it's just so uncomfortable. But they are very helpful. My fingers just aren't sticky enough to hold the cards. They just slide right off. Dry skin problems, what can I say? Probably need more magnesium. Seven of Pentacles, where do you stand? I've never realized this before. He's planting a seed. I always thought he was like starting a fire or something. I don't know. I guess I never really stopped and looked at this card and in its full detail, like taking my time to absorb it, you know? He's dropping a seed. He's been making a little hole with a stick in the earth. And the couple that's there with him, they're expecting a baby. Maybe it's like something that will be needed. It's planting something that's going to be needed for the labor or for post-labor, right? Maybe it's a type of food. Maybe it's a type of herb. You know, it's some sort of, it's a seed being planted though. And Seven of Pentacles is, it does talk about time and okay, so this could be months. There could be 7 months, or maybe somebody here could be seven months along. All right. If you are 7 months along, there's something that you're worried you won't have. you will have it in time. That seed will grow in time for its need, okay? It will be ready for harvest in your time of need, okay? So be at ease with that. Always take care of yourself if you're pregnant. You must keep yourself in a happy, comfortable state of mind, yes? Because we do go through a lot. We are creating an entire new body. So yeah, I really feel somebody around here is pregnant. Somebody's pregnant. Are there you or somebody connected to you is pregnant? I definitely feel like a literal pregnancy energy here. So where do you stand? So you're ready to watch something grow. With this being a card of, it's seeds you've planted, and well, when you plant a seed, it's going to take time to grow, right? There are two depictions of seeds: the seed of life with the pregnant woman, and the seed of earth life with the seed, right? Like the literal seed being planted into the ground, and then the human seed growing in the woman. Anything else that needs to be tied with where do you stand? If this resonates so far and you feel like it, go ahead and hit the like button. Take a deep breath and connect your energies in deeper with me, okay? Two of Cups. You could be in a couple who's talking about having kids. Or maybe you've that's a belief of yours, is that you want kids. Or, oh, wait a minute. Aha, thank you. So you've decided, where you stand right now is that you've decided that you are no longer overgiving of yourself, or it's overgiving of yourself. So basically it's kind of like if you're saying something and you see somebody's I don't know, they're reactive to it in some way, right? I don't want to give specifics because I want it to be collective. But it's any situation where you feel like you've been doing too much, or like you've been giving too much, and it feels, Eight of Cups is you're walking away because you feel your energy is wasted there. So these are things you walk away from. And so you are literally walking away from any lovers who do not, it feels like who do not seek the same growth that you seek. That the Seven of Pentacles is long, it's a long term, it's the waiting for the fruit to ripen, right? So you're no longer wanting to take chances on relationships that aren't willing to be for the long haul, okay? All right, so no longer wanting, all right, so let's get, what is it that you do seek? What do you seek? Let's tap into that now. What do you seek? Mm-hmm. It's like everyone is doing something, even if what they're doing is resting. It's like everybody free flows so well together that it creates an environment of comfort, of connectivity, of growth. Yes, of growth, of receptivity, and it's like a submission to being devoted to something outside of yourself, because those are energies that are as equally devoted to you, who's outside of themselves, as they are to themselves. These are like reciprocal connections, the identification of those. That's what you're seeking right now. Okay. Anything else to go with this? And it feels like, it definitely feels like you're at a point where you feel like you're ready to put in like work, if it means compromising in connections, or being more like maybe open-minded, or what would this be? I kind of feel this one, so let's see if this answers it. Connection, the ace of wands. So this would be like those connections that these are people you feel inspired by. So when you're around them, even if you see them struggling, even if you see them, working, even if you see them resting, even if you see them giving in some way or taking in some way, whatever it is, you feel connected to them. I'm not sure why you feel this. Well, maybe it's because you seek a deeper level of connection. A connection that it feels like it transcends what people label as being work in a relationship. Like it transcends that, and it becomes its own thing, where the work isn't work. This is really cute. Where the work isn't work. Yeah, it flows, but it's like a natural flow in where everything is aligned. And yeah. I want to connect these with the where you stand with the what you seek. So I'm going to take the first one as the final for what do you seek, which is beautiful. You seek the Ten of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Ten of Pentacles talks about generational wealth, but it also talks about a sense of wholeness, right? Of fulfillment. It's the card that has the family, the friends, the community, like the community, but there's a highlight to the image where it is you are envisioning this, and it's you have co-created this with the divine source of creation. And you know that because you've taken your time to really feel in to connections, but mostly like you're if you haven't noticed it already, you're gonna be noticing that you're gonna be getting pulled a lot more to seeing how you really feel about it. Like you're not gonna care if somebody's literally crying on the floor begging you. You're just gonna be like, how do I feel about this? Like you're gonna tap into yourself first, and not let their energies overwhelm you or take charge, if you will, of how your energy flows. And that doesn't mean any one thing, okay? It just means that doesn't mean you don't care about the person crying or whatever. On the contrary, it could mean that you want to help bring their energy back in balance and soothe them and make them feel more stable, more secure within themselves, right? So you just got to remind them to just, breathe and look within. Remember, like every breath you take is a chance to begin again, literally. And if no one's ever told you that, then I'm telling you that now. Every breath you take is a chance to begin again. You don't have to wait till Monday. You don't have to wait till New Year's. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. You don't have to wait to any one specific set point in time. Every breath is a chance for you to literally wipe the slate clean. And nobody can tell you whether you can or can't. You don't even fully know what you can wipe away, but it's that going within and connecting to that divine source of creation and asking, hey, can you clear all this confusion, all this chaos, all this falseness, whatever? Can you just show me the truth? Can you just guide me to whoever I need to be, wherever I need to be, whatever any of that may look like, so that I can, have whatever it is that you're seeking. And what you're seeking is this deeper connection, this 10 of Pentacles, right? It's the Pentacles talk about the material realm. So you want to feel grounded, safe, connected, comfortable, relaxed, provided for, all those things, right? But you also want to have that spark of connection, that that knowing that divine flame, that light that's within you, is in those around you, which changes up how that makes you feel about all that you have. Okay. And how are these two connected? I wanted to see how these two are connected. And we have, I believe this is the Justice card. It's card number 11. Let's see what the actual booklet says for this one, okay? It's Justice, yes. Archangel Michael, throat chakra, third eye. Root. The guardian of order. Justice guards the laws of the universe. The outcome of her actions is based mainly on what you put into the scales. The laws are neutral. Your actions carry the flavor of the consequences. Your actions carry the flavor of your consequences. So remember that everything that you feel about those past relationships, you had to scratch that itch. All the time that you put in, even from things that, this is definitely from things that you've walked away from. 8 of Cups is about walking away. So you may need to see how you're walking away, if there's anything you might have inadvertently blocked from flowing by setting such a stern boundary, okay? Because it seems like there may just be a need to modify a boundary, right? Like it instead of a fence, you need a fence with a gate, right? Instead of a wall, you need a wall with a window, or a wall with a door, or a wall with windows and a door. I don't know. There's something in that landscape that you're going to want to change. When you look back at the things that you walked away from, especially the lovers that you walked away from, look at the qualities. Look at the qualities that you felt they were lacking, and thank them for revealing to you just how important it would be for you to know that, because you're so grateful for what it has revealed to you that you truly want, and you see how there might have been potential that played out in this person or these people, these past people. it was just that. It was just potential, and that's all it was meant to be, was because at the end of the day, you know, what happens. The things we walk away from are things we're meant to walk away from, because for one reason or another, justice had to be served at that point in time, right? So when that happens, that's where we got to put the work back in again to connect to everything that it is that we want. Ace of Wands it's that passionate connection, right? It's that divine connecting to the divine creative source. I mean, isn't that just so peaceful when you do that? If you haven't, please try to do so. You will feel a serenity wash over you, right? And I will warn you though, however, if you've never done that and you invite this in, it will more profoundly reflect back to you when people are uncomfortable, and it also begin to reveal to you why they're uncomfortable around you or in your presence for whatever reason, okay? So always got to give the good with the bad, you know. Possible effects may include an increased heightened perception of others' intentions that may be hidden or not, who knows, maybe just not expressed. I mean, they can lie by omission by staying silent, right? That's a thing too. A lot of people don't care about that one. They try to brush it off, but oh buddy, does that one come back and nip you in the butt. It does, trust me. No, I already took you for a walk, did all the things, I pet you, I literally ran up and down the stairs in the house with you. Go lay down. Not right now. No, absolutely not. Bedtime. It's time for a nap. Go. Go. Let me finish. All right, so let's see what God has to say about this, okay? I think he's kind of already been speaking, and I say he just because God's presence has mostly come across to me in a very masculine way, all right? But the essence of God of creation has come through to me also in a very powerful, nurturing, feminine way. And not that the masculine is not nurturing, because absolutely it is, but it's just that what God is to me is something that transcends all of that, okay? I don't know how to explain it. God is just God. It's the source of all, the source of creation, the source of life, the initial spark of life, what started the holy flame, right? I don't have words to explain how to understand what it means to feel that or anything else. I just know that it's something that exists. I hope that makes sense. So I hope I don't trigger anybody is what I'm trying to say just by using the word God. I could use goddess and be just as comfortable. I could say the gods and it would still feel comfortable, because I know that what God truly is something that transcends all of that. Okay. All right. So what does God say? If this resonates so far, or if that explanation helps you feel a little more comfortable in my presence, then by all means, click the like button now if you haven't. And let's see how else we can understand one another, or help each other to understand different perspectives. Okay? So what does God have to say about this? Everything you want is still possible, but justice is here because you need to see where you weren't getting what you deserved. Yeah, it's like not only do we learn from the book of life, but we learn from the book of death, the book of light and the book of shadows, right? Both. Because again, this is a message from God. God transcends all of that. So there's some sort of divine knowledge here and divine connection that you needed in order to be able to release some of those shadow-like energies that did need to teach you something. But I feel like this feels like energies that needed to move through you and be released. these may be like stuck energies. Let's help them become unstuck and just release and flow as they need to. Okay, if you're open to receive that energy healing, by all means, and make sure you give thanks always. Gratitude is important. The good, bad, the ugly, and the between. The Two of Wands, it talks about it's like it's choosing your direction. You know what you want, and this new wand is how you think you're going to get it. So you continue on. Okay, so there's a choice here possibly that you'll need to make. You have to choose to connect. You can have people all around you ready to connect with you, but if your defenses are so far up and you're so far retreated into your fortress, you may not even know that there's someone at the gates, right? You have to get out of the fortress every now and then and take a walk on the grounds. Maybe go to the local village, venture a little further, right? Yeah. But that's a choice that only you can make. You're the one that makes that choice to venture out into the world, as they say, and do whatever you feel you need to do. But just make sure you're putting in the work, the time, and the effort to first of all, what choices do you think you might be faced with? If you were faced with those, how would you want to be able to face them, right? If you're going to have negative shit come up within you, fine. All right, let's play. Cool. So I'm feeling like, I don't know. You answer this. I'm feeling like this thing happening right here would be the absolute worst thing that could possibly happen to me. I feel like this would completely rip me to shreds. I actually don't know if I would be able to survive if this type of blank actually happened to me, right? Well, if that type of intrusive thought comes up to you and it won't go away, all right, cool. Let's give that energy something to chew on, right? We're going to show them how positive we can be. We're going to show these negative energies and these dark entities trying to attach to us that we are truly here to stand in our light, our beliefs, right? Knowing that the shadow is also a part of us, but choosing instead to remind everyone of the light. No one needs the shadow to remind anyone of the shadow, right? That's very rarely something we need to remind each other of. But we do need to remind each other of those things that we know are of the utmost importance to uphold for everything to be a more balanced world, a more just world where everyone is going to be free to make their decisions, to look within themselves, balance out the light and the dark within themselves, and then choose a path. That's what the Two of Wands is about. That's what God wants you to do. Look at your light, look at your dark, look at your angel side and your demon side, right? But always remember, an angel can become a demon, and a demon was once an angel. Is there redemption for any of the fallen? I don't know. I don't know. That is not judgment for me to issue out, right? So there's that. Maybe don't worry about judgment. Just worry about, it feels like you just need to worry about yourself right now. I feel like, if you're feeling that nobody around you is living up to your expectations right now for whatever reason, you need to just live up to your own expectations. And without having to throw any backhanded compliments to anyone, or without having to need to bring attention to it, to the fact that you're doing that. Now, if someone around you is doing that, you absolutely do need to take the time to tell them one or two things about that energy that they're embodying. And you need to stand your ground and just let them choke on their own energy, right? Yeah. You keep focusing on that beautiful pentacle that is yours, okay? The reality that is yours. That it's the one you're willing to fight for, the one you're willing to not only fight for, but to also step back away from, if that's what is called for, right? To try to keep an open mind and have an open mind when someone tells you that you don't. It's like it's what you want, focusing on a reality where you will be happy to flow through the energies, even when you face things like rejection or denial or whatever else. Choose that. Let that be your focus. Yes, that's beautiful. I'm also seeing someone writing pros and cons, but I'm seeing them not being attached. So like if you have a loose leaf paper, one paper for this, one paper for the other, and seeing, don't let those energies touch. So this could be a type of ritual for you to perform while you're focusing your intent on calling in the light aspects that you seek, and releasing the light aspects that you want to release, okay? So though they're both light, one is one you're calling in and one is you want to release. That one you can burn, you can rip it up, throw it away, however you feel like dealing with it, right? And the receiving one, I'm seeing that one being kept. I guess you'll be called to get rid of it whenever you feel like it, whenever you feel like the energy wants to be released down the road. But I'm also seeing you doing this for also the shadow aspects. Some people would call confidence a shadow aspect, right? But that's just, it's where their ego is centered that makes it see it that way. And some people would call, did I say confidence? Was that the one I said? Okay, yeah, I think so. I don't know. But there are multiple positive aspects where you do kind of tap into a little bit of a darker nature, if you will. That they're not negative, okay? They are meant to be used as buffers and barriers. Just like some of those light ones are meant to be released as well, right? Look into your heart and I know this isn't what anybody wants to hear. Nobody ever wants to hear this because humans are pack animals and we like to be in close-knit packs, right? We like to travel with packs. Sometimes, though, there's something called the lone wolf who is meant to walk alone. That doesn't mean their entire existence will be that way. If they've never had a pack, it doesn't mean they'll never have a pack. If they were expelled from a pack or shunned from a pack or whatever it may be, or just left a pack for whatever reasons, it doesn't mean that they'll never find a pack again. It just means that they are meant to walk a path of solitude, and solitude isn't always negative. Solitude can actually really connect you into yourself, to your real life. I know it feels so good, doesn't it? He's so needy. I love it. I'm just so allergic. If I wasn't allergic, I wouldn't care, and if he didn't stink so bad, but that's just because I can't afford everything he needs to be like a super healthy boy. Pits are very expensive to take care of when you're trying to do so organically. Like, let me tell you. Yes, you're such a good boy. I see you sitting. Thank you. Thank you. There is someone around you who is very loyal, who loves you very much at this time, I feel. Yes, they're physically in your presence. There is someone who genuinely cares for you. It feels like this person may, for some of you, be a little annoying at times. So be gentle with them. They, you know, they can't help themselves. I just set all these decks up and he just knocked them all over. I knew he didn't mean to. Let me let him out and we will finish this. I know it's already at 35 minutes, but I gotta get him out so he doesn't keep coming up. Come on. Go. Go get water. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to train. Water. I'm trying to train him that when I say water, because he already knows go get and then whatever you say. But I'm trying to train him to go get water so he actually goes and drinks water because, I mean, he's just so weird. He forgets to drink water all the time and he's constantly around the house. Perhaps you need to drink water too. Please make sure you do. You can count 1 cup of coffee or tea out of your day as water, but you actually need like water, which I have right here. Still doesn't taste quite right. I think maybe it's too much of one of the ingredients in that mix. It's a chai, it's coconut chai, but it has a Ceylon cinnamon and another one, and I think it might have cardamom in it as well. I think I said that right. There's something's up too overpowering, and I can't quite place my finger on it. Interesting. Can't quite place your finger on it. Okay, all right, thank you. So when you're making these choices, do you see she's got both books here? Some of the decisions you're gonna make, do you see how the magic is kind of like oozing out of both of them? I don't know if you can, sorry, I'm like holding it so far away and it's such a little card, so. But do you see how there's magic oozing out of both? Good or bad, so long as your intentions are to really know, to receive more of, right, so if you're seeing this, I somehow managed to learn how to stick 2 videos together because there was a child abduction alert that came through on my phone and it stopped it and I had to actually stop and pray because how anyone could ever harm a child. And I'm sorry, but to me, I still see people who are 25 as children at this point now. They're just like the really, really big kids. Like they can help give, you know, neutral lessons, if you will, to the younger kids, but at the same time, they're still learning, you know? Anyways, there's something about that for somebody. So you're the things that you're not sure about, as long as what you're seeking is to connect deeper in with your truth, with your calling, with whatever it is that God has justly reserved for you, right? This is whatever God wants for you and has proclaimed as being for you. The more you want to actually learn what that is, you'll be guided to it. You'll be guided to it. And so if you're not sure if you want more of this or that in relationships, be honest. I'm not sure if this is really what I want because it feels like it could be this or that or the other. Then that's cool. Guess what? You're going to receive clarity on that because you just admitted that you're not sure there. You openly admitted it to yourself. Well, I'm not sure if I want more of this in relationships. Well, I'm not sure if I would want a relationship that looks like that. Well, I'm not sure if I would be open to this in a relationship. If you would like to know those things about yourself, they can be presented to you, but you have to be open to them, you know? Whatever those things are, and do so with from a place of no judgment. Nothing is good, nothing is bad. It's all just information, okay? And you will receive it. The Akashic is open to you at this time. All right. You'll get there. You'll figure it out, because that was the Three of Wands. That's your ships coming in, right? The arrival of something you've been waiting for. Yeah. This won't take very long, maybe a couple of months, okay? And we did get 7 earlier. Yeah, the 7, and I did say months. So I guess that would be the maximum time. And I know it seems like a long time, but it's really not. Once 7 months pass, I mean, think back from this moment now, when you're watching this, think back 7 months. Think of everything that you've experienced in that time, everything you've seen, heard, and yada, 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 right? There's quite a bit there, I'm sure you'll find. So, let's see. Some of you might be learning that something you're holding on to from the past, you're just holding on to it's an illusion, but you're about to finally realize why you were still holding on to it, even though it's something you have been, it feels like, actively trying to release, like working towards connecting in with something greater, but you were feeling stuck on how to do that. And that's why this is being done for you. That's how they connect. Justice is coming in, because what God wants to say about all of this that you're experiencing and what you're feeling and going through is that God wants to be there to show you the way. The book of light and the book of shadow, right? Remember, this is God and this is God, both. God transcends that. Okay. Dragons or birds with long tail feathers could be significant here for somebody. They're literally not on any of these cards, but I keep seeing different birds with long tail feathers. That's why I'm saying that, which is really weird. Maybe you're somewhere where there are birds with long tail feathers. I do not know. But yeah. Some of you are going to, you're going to be shown I think you're going to see how multiple people from your past weren't who they even claimed to be. And I think a lot of you are also going to see that you come to realize that most of them they may not even have realized that they weren't really being themselves. And that's kind of sad. Let's pray for all of them and hope that they gain all the clarity and truth that they need to truly see themselves and to truly accept themselves and love themselves and open up to themselves, so that they can, feel better and not feel all those yucky things, right? Now, I did get a song after I wrote these questions, right? And I'll be sharing the video here, okay? It's What Should I Become by Dominic Donner. For some of you, There may be a relationship that you walked away from in the past because you didn't believe that love was enough. You placed more importance on another aspect of life, right? Maybe it was on being free and not having to even listen to somebody else's opinion, or maybe it was money, or maybe it was just having stuff, right? Like material stuff, lots of it, right? Properties, businesses, I don't know, stuff like that. And there was a level of freedom that where you are, it's like, it's what you wanted. But now that you're there, you're asking yourself, you still don't, it's like you still don't feel like you've become what you want to become within yourself. But this is a stepping stone, okay? Maybe it is that person from the past that maybe you want to revisit that for some of you. Maybe you just need to revisit it emotionally or mentally, right? And see what you get back from that. Because I do feel that some of you will, again, you'll be looking back at past things to see the good aspects that you liked and the negative, because you're wanting to get more of refined baseline going for what you're requesting from God, what you're asking for. And that doesn't mean that you're generalizing at all. No. On the contrary, the fact that you're identifying within yourself what it means to you to have this, to have that, to do this, to do that, to be here, to be there, to whatever it may be, right? The more you experience those things and identify them for themselves and what they, make you feel and signify for you, the deeper you're going with that energy. So the connections you make they're already going to be on a deeper level by default. Please understand that. And for some of you, even if you do go back to this person from the past, some of you, it won't be like you'll feel like you're talking to someone like a doppelganger, right? Like it doesn't even seem like it's them. But it is what it is. And maybe that's like your closure right there, because you're experiencing a complete disconnect. That's a disconnect. If you don't know how to identify a disconnect in energy, that is an example of a disconnect in energy. Talking to someone and you're looking at them, and it could be somebody that you thought you knew like a book that you'd read front and back, upside down, and all the things 100 times over, right? 1,000 times even. But this feels like it's a completely different book, right? And that's just to show us that, yeah, sometimes though they grow, right, the way they grow may actually be down a way in such a way that feels even more foreign to you when you are in their presence again. Instead of it being like a nostalgic moment, it becomes a I don't know, it feels kind of there's definitely a surety, like a confirmation within yourself that you're good with just seeing this person and sharing a moment and then just letting them go back on their way. It's like catch and release vibes, right? You're letting this fish swim back out to sea. You're like putting it back in the water and letting it go. You're taking it off your hook and letting it go. So there's that may be for somebody. But if you feel called to listen to the song, please do. If this video helped you in any way, please like the video. If you feel like this would connect with somebody if this feels like a similar situation for somebody you care about, by all means, send it to them. I'm going to try and figure out how to take 2 videos and connect them as one. I don't have an app to do this. So they may get uploaded as part 1 and part 2. If they did, and you saw this one first time, my name is Maria, I'm the trigger warning, and this is part 2 to a video. Go watch it. All right, guys, that's all I have. If you're new and you like the way that I read, go ahead and subscribe if you feel like it, and if not, I'll see you whenever the algorithm puts me back on your feed, right? That said, guys, blessings to all of you. Clarity and truth for everybody. We all deserve it. We all deserve it. Clarity and truth, clarity and truth, clarity and truth. Just focus on that. Let the rest fall into place. Let it be an adventure, okay? Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.